thing going on. There you go.
Okay. All right. So on the agenda for today, we're going to talk about finding the VCCS online library, how to search for ebooks in the library catalog, more about the ebook databases, some of the controversial and debate databases, and how to access streaming video through the VCCS. First thing we're going to talk about is finding the online library. Now from the VCCS homepage, you can click on Students, and then click on Library, and it will take you to this page. Quick Search is a link to your library catalog. You can select your college. Find It will tell you about, take you to the databases. Off-campus access is more information from logging in from off-campus, which we all are right now, if you're having trouble. Ask a Librarian is actually a 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week chat service that the VCCS is part of, staffed by real live librarians. And Locate Your LRC will help you locate your college library homepage. Now there are 137 databases provided by the VCCS and VIVA, which is Virginia's Academic Library Consortium. And your college may have more, but these are the ones that everyone should have. They cover multiple subjects and a variety of content. We've got books, we've got articles, we have streaming video, we've got a test database. There's also the library catalog access. You click on Find It, it's going to bring up a list of databases. And you can search through them by subject. So just go to, say, the history ones or the math databases. You can search by database type, look specifically for ebooks or open access or streaming video. You can even look through them by vendors and providers. But this isn't the only place you can access the library services. And so for the activity, we're going to have you look and see what your own college library website looks like. Remember, this is probably what your students are going to see when they're looking for articles or books. So you can get there right from the VCCS library page, locate your LRC. Go to your library page, see if you can find the databases, and notice how your college has decided to organize them. Some of them might group them by subject or alphabetically or have a top 10 list. Okay, you have 2 minutes. Okay. All right, welcome back. Now with 23 different community colleges, I'm sure some of you saw different things. Things are set up in different ways. Sometimes the same source will even have different names. We'll actually cover that a couple of times over the presentation. There'll be a source that will be referred to by more than one name depending on where you're looking at it. In fact, that's going to come up when we talk about the library catalog. The library catalog is sometimes referred to as the catalog. It might also be known as Quick Search or Primo. On the VCCS homepage, it's down as Quick Search. This is available from the VCCS library page. It should be available on your library homepage. It's also available through your My VCS or your college sign-in portal. It's the little app that says Library Services. And it will take you to your catalog. Now this is what the generic Quick Search setup looks like. Some of the colleges have added specific branding or rearranged things. For instance, Northern Virginia is bright green up top instead of the blue here. And you start off by just typing in a search. You can type a title or a subject or a keyword or an author, anything you like in this first search. You can also go into a more advanced search. The initial search is going to bring up books and videos and journal articles and reference entries. Right now, we're going to specifically talk about finding ebooks because we can't get into the library to check out the paper books right now. So I'm getting a lot of results for business. I can narrow this down by clicking here under Filter My Results where it says Books and Ebooks. And now I'm not going to get the journal articles anymore. And then I can further narrow it down by going to Full Text. And then I won't see the books that are sitting on the shelf. I'll see the books that are available completely online. Now there are a few different types of ebooks that we have. Some of them are open text ebooks or public domain ebooks, like we have some of the OpenStax textbooks in the catalog. We've also got things that are really, really old, so no one holds the copyright anymore, like this 1889 book on business. And then we have things that are more recent that we're getting from the databases or your library may have specifically purchased. To access an ebook, you can click on the title. And then it'll usually tell you full text is available right here under View Online. So this ebook is in the ProQuest eBook Central. There are several ebook databases, so the formatting is going to look a little different depending on which one you're getting the ebook out of. If it's a HathiTrust ebook, you might have to find the link further down. We also have some books that we don't own yet, but we can potentially buy if enough people look at them. This is called patron-driven acquisition. This is why you have to log in to see ebooks sometimes, even if you're already on campus. Okay, so for the second activity, I'm going to have you go to your library catalog, search for a topic of interest, see if ebooks are available. You can filter by ebook, filter by full text. Click on an ebook and open it and just see what kind of options it's giving you. And we'll cover more in the next section about the different kinds of ebooks we have. All right, you have 2 minutes. I will say some topics are going to bring up more books than others. Like you'll find more ebooks on computer science than you're going to find on ancient history. Okay, welcome back. And Lisa is going to be covering more information about ebooks in the next section. Lisa, are you ready with your screen sharing up?
Yes, thank you, Bethany.
Okay, I will turn it over to you.
Okay, thank you. So Bethany was just showing everyone how to locate some ebooks using Primo or the quick search within our catalog. Now we're going to take a look at some specific ebook collections that the VCCS Viva offers. There are 16 collections. You can see on the screen just a few of them. You'll notice that several of them are very specific in subject area. Today, however, we're going to focus on two of the larger, more comprehensive ebook collections. The first being ProQuest Ebook Central. So I'm going to go ahead and open that so we can take a look. Can everyone see the search screen? Bethany, can you see the Welcome to Ebook Central?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do, and let me mention that Ebook Central gives us access to over 1 million ebooks from over 750 different publishers. So it is a very large collection for us to have access to. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to locate my institution name to get started. I'm going to put John Tyler in, and I'm going to continue, and we will. Oh, that's lovely, which has not been a problem since I've been using this. So let me just refresh that. I just looked at this like 2 minutes ago. Okay. All right, so what I will do quickly is we will just do a quick search. And my ProQuest is within John Tyler, the A to Z LibGuide. So I'm going to put LibGuide A to Z databases. And just as Bethany had mentioned, depending on, for instance, the VCCS listed under ProQuest eBook Central, but your particular librarians may have listed this in under another name within the A to Z. So we are going to take a look now at our ProQuest. I'm finding it under P in our A to Z. And here we go, ProQuest eBook Central Academic and College Complete. Okay. And here we are. And once again, I'm going to pop in John Tyler and continue. And we should get to our main search page. And here it goes. And here we are. Excellent. Now, the first thing you'll notice is our ebook search box. Underneath, you have an option of an advanced search or browsing subject. One thing to notice, you'll see that on the screen, it says John Tyler Community College. Of course, your school will have whatever name there. And then, but one thing I wanted to point out is that there are how-to videos and FAQs for you to take a look at for more in-depth training, because today is just a quick highlighting and overview, just so that you are aware that you do have these wonderful collections available to you. So I'm going to jump right in and do a quick, just regular subject search on online education, which is something that we are all really focused on at the minute. I'm going to go ahead and search, and you will see that there are many books available, over 81,000. At this point, I can go ahead and use my limiters and refine my search. Notice that I can choose the year published. If I'm really interested in the most current literature, I can even refine and go more in depth to a specific subject within online education. Within the 81,000 results, notice I have book results, but I also have chapter results, which is a nice feature as well. Over at the very top, you'll notice that next to my search feature, I have a bookshelf. You can make your own login, have your own account for many of these databases, and this enables me to keep a bookshelf, which you're going to be seeing, which is a very nice feature. So I've got some tools over here. I can have a full download of the book. I can read the book online. This gives me a quick table of contents. In addition to the table of contents, it will also add in parts of chapters. And then this is just a quick feature that if I wanted to add the book to the bookshelf, maybe I'm just taking a quick look to see what's available. I don't have time to go back and look at them in depth, but I don't want to lose what I'm finding, so I just throw them all on my bookshelf. But let's go ahead and open this. Oh, and one other thing, you will see that it is available. Okay, I'm going to open the book. Once again, I have some of the same tools on this page. I can read online. I can download the book. I can download just specific chapters as a PDF. This will let me know that I have 53 pages remaining for copy, and I have 105 pages remaining for to be able to print. Whereas, and our institution has unlimited access to this book, but some of the books you're able to check out for just a short time. However, chapters you are able to check, well, not check out, but download and keep those chapters, and that does not expire. You'll have a brief description of the book. Here are the table of contents and the different parts that I mentioned. Over here gives you more of the book details, and then some other books within that same subject area that you might be interested in. I want to show you one of my favorite features, and this is the same for both of these large ebook collections, the ability to go in and make annotations. So I want to show you very quickly, and notice I've already been making some. But for instance, if I was interested in this particular passage in the book, I could highlight. I have a little toolbar that pops up. I can highlight in these 3 different colors. I can make a copy of this passage, or I can even make a quick note. Maybe I want to define, and I'm going to save it. You will notice at the top there are some options, and anytime I save, highlight, annotate, it automatically is moved into my bookshelf. I don't have to remember to do that. It automatically is moved into the bookshelf. So I can go to my bookshelf. I can take a quick look at the, here are my annotated books. Any books that I have had a download or borrowed will be here. And then notice I can also make different folders as I'm researching and put different chapters, passages within these folders. But I'm going to jump onto my annotated books. Here's the book that I was looking at. Notice I have 12 annotations. I can come over and I can export my notes, or I can even print my notes. So that's a very nice feature. I'm going to quickly now move into the Gale Ebooks collection. You may notice the VCCS calls this the Academic Complete, and so you would find it in the A area of the A to Z. So if you don't find it under Gale Ebooks, then make sure you're looking under Academic Complete on your library's A to Z listing. Gale is very similar to ProQuest. You're able to do an advanced search, a subject guide search, something that is an enhancement though, which is very nice, especially for students that are using this. Again, I'm going to search for online education.
Lisa, when you get a chance, could you show the permalink feature or the ability to copy a link to the book into Canvas or something like that?
Yes, I can show you that.
Thank you.
And so with this one, and both Gale and ProQuest offer the permalink, and I will show you that. But so when you're looking, some enhancements with Gale is that you have the topic finder. So I have the online education put into the search field, and I'm not really sure where I'm going with online education. So I'm going to start the topic finder. And now I have a very nice visual of some of the different subject areas, some of the ways that I could go within. Maybe I'm deciding I'm going to look at e-learning, and notice it immediately will pop up some articles and some books that I can go straight to get more in depth on e-learning. And even within e-learning, I can narrow it further from that. So this is a really nice feature. So now I'm going to go back to my search. Here we go. There was my search there. And notice that here is another way to limit or filter, but some of the filters are a little different from what you have in ProQuest. You can filter by document type. You can filter again by subject. What I think is interesting as well, you can search within your search, but also content level. The level 4 and the level 5, and you'll see that throughout Gale products, is level 4 is your high school and your general education, which is great if you're teaching a dual enrollment course. And then level 5 is your academic. So every article, every book, every chapter is going to have this icon, which indicates whether it is a level 4, level 5. It helps you with that reading level. Going into the book itself, you'll notice that there are some additional features. For accessibility, you can adjust the font size. There's a translate feature, and then you can have the chapter or passage read to you. As in the ProQuest, you are able to annotate. So if I highlight, I also have a toolbar that pops up, but notice I have 6 different highlighting colors. I can take the notes, add a little note here again to, well, I was trying to type in define, and I can save that. Something else that's nice is that you also have a define tool. So for instance, if I wanted to, I'm just going to choose a word, understanding, my toolbar pops up, I'm going to define, and there's a definition of understanding, which is very nice. When I have finished with my notes and annotations for this chapter, I am able to send to either my Google Drive, a OneDrive, or an email. So this is definitely an enhancement of what ProQuest offers. Now, as far as the link, here is the permalink. And so you can take this and embed this into your Canvas, and they will be able to go right to that chapter. So if you found a chapter that you wanted your students to read, they would be able to go right to the chapter and not have to log on, find the book, find the chapter, and all of that. So this was just a quick overview of both of these databases. As you see, there's so much to them that you really could have just a whole session just on how to use these individual ones. But for right now, we are going to do a quick activity. And just to, before we do that, just to wrap back up, the highlights of the ProQuest would be to create that personal bookshelf, to have those folders, to be able to download the book or just a chapter, and again, the annotations. And with Gale, you have the highlights of having those reading level or content level identified. Again, having the ability to highlight, annotate, and move that directly into a Google Drive, a OneDrive, and then the topic finder, which is very nice. Both of these databases also have history search results. And as we said, they also have the permalink, which enables the student to go directly to the document. So now if you want to take 2 minutes, go ahead and locate either the Gale or ProQuest ebook. And remember, the Gale may be actually listed under Academic Complete. And go ahead and complete a subject search. Identify a book that you would be interested in using, and then go ahead and you can email the link to yourself, or maybe you see something that you want to go ahead and grab the permalink to, or maybe even upload something into your Google Drive. Okay, I hope that everyone found a book in either of those databases that you would find useful. Now I want to share two other databases that I really enjoy using, and I know that they are very helpful to students, especially when they are working on working in their English 11 class. These are the controversial debate databases. There are a few that we have access to: Congressional Quarterly Research and also World News Digest. But for today, I'm just going to highlight opposing viewpoints and issues and controversies. And you'll notice in opposing viewpoints, this is a Gale product again, and there are features that are very similar to what we just saw when we were looking at the Gale ebook collection. So I'm going to hopefully not have any trouble getting into, okay, Gale in context opposing viewpoints, good. So here is our main page. And the first thing you're going to notice is that there is a carousel of some of the main current topics that are going on in the world right now, current issues. Below, you can browse the issue areas. Just within business and economics, you can see there are 128 different issues. You also can see how there have been a lot of updated issues. At the bottom, please notice that you can go into educator resources, which is a really nice feature if you're wanting to find some activities to help the student get more in depth in how to use this particular database, and also some different lesson plans, that type of thing. So it's always worth looking at the educator resources. Up at the top, you can also, with the light bulb, browse issues. And this is going to give an alphabetical view of everything, of all the issues available through this database. You have your search history. And then again, just as in Gale and ProQuest, there's always that opportunity to get a permalink, and I will show you once we get into an article where you can get that permalink. But let's go ahead and I'm going just to choose, let's do fast fashion. I have no idea what this is, but this is a new, apparently, issue. So the first thing you're going to see is the overview, which gives a little more context to the issue. Right below, you're going to see all of the resources that are available to support this particular issue, academic journals, images, magazines, you're going to have your featured viewpoints, and then you're going to have additional viewpoints that help a student kind of get more context and flesh out how they're feeling about this viewpoint. You have videos, statistics, reference, audio, infographics. Occasionally you will have primary sources as well. Again, then they are the same, are put into boxes because it's a little more easily organized in this way. Notice again the icons that indicate the reading level. Again, for our purposes, we look for that purple for high school, or we look for the that orangish color for academic. If I decided that I wanted to go into an article, here's one from the Washington Post. I can go in, again, I can adjust the font size, I can listen, I can translate, I can upload the article itself into my Google Doc or some of these other ways. Just like we did with the ebooks, I'm able to highlight. And again, here is that toolbar that we saw before. And then I can, anything I'm highlighting, I can go through, and here will be my complete highlights and notes page that I'm able to either print or send or upload it right into the Google Drive. So this is a great resource, very similar to what we were looking at with ebooks, except this is going to be multimedia based. I want to jump into issues and controversies. And this one is set up a little differently. Again, you're going to see the most recent issues and controversies front and foremost. There is a search box. Curriculum tools is also a nice feature. Notice that there are tools for students that you can use and also the tools for educators. Under sources, this is going to let you and your students know exactly where all of these resources are coming from, the news organizations, the magazines, the groups, the editorials. So it tells you exactly where the information is coming from. If I go back to home, again, you have the issues by subject area, and then you can also have an A to Z listing. I'm going to select social media and free speech. What is nice about this is that you automatically have the pros and the cons listed together, whereas in the Gale context, the students really do have to go through the articles and determine themselves the pro and con, the for and against, whereas this gives the ideas presented right at the beginning in the introduction. You can go over to the left-hand side listing. You can access a chronology, which is very helpful. So it will help students to understand the timeline of this particular issue. By the numbers would be your statistics, your infographic. Every piece of media shown, whether it's a video, an infographic, what have you, you're going to have a citation that is available, and they can choose, and then also how to cite. So it gives them the information for their bibliographic information. There's further resources. Along the top here, you have your primary sources, court cases, media, editorials, and news. You have some page tools again, the opportunity to print, to save, download, you can share it, you can have the citation created, and then you can also have it read aloud. The only thing with this one is the students have to, they would have to make their own highlighting notes, that type of thing, after they had printed out. But both of these sources together, and I always encourage students to look at both of them, really is like a one-stop shop for everything that they might need to build a position paper on. So I find both of these very valuable, and so what we're going to do now, a quick little activity, is go ahead and let's take a quick minute or 2 minutes and choose one of the databases that we just looked at, and conduct a quick topic search, and then look over what available sources or resources there are for that particular issue. Okay, I hope that you found some interesting resources on some of the issues facing us today. Now I'm going to pass this back to Bethany. She has some other really cool databases that she would like to share with you.
Okay, can everyone see the streaming video? All right. Now we're going to talk about streaming video through the VCCS. Now, if you go to the VCCS library homepage and go to the databases, you can go in and choose streaming video as the format. You can see we have two streaming video databases. The first is American History and Video. The second is Films on Demand. American History and Video may also be referred to as Alexander Street Video, depending on how your library webpage has chosen to use it. Alexander Street is the company. The American History Collection is the channel that the VCCS is subscribed to. Some colleges may also have additional channels. For instance, we have the nursing channel. So you can search for videos on American History and Video. They've got some options on the front page. You can also go into channels and say, look for the Civil War videos on the Civil War channel. When you get to the video, it will automatically start playing, which is one of the reasons I'm just showing you this on the slide. You have the full screen option. You can get transcripts of some of the videos. Details will tell you things like who produced the video and when they produced it. There is
Bethany, can you
Yes.
also mention if there's permalinks for both of these resources?
Yes, there are. Okay, citation will tell you how to cite the video. Share will give you a permalink, which you can use to link to the video or email someone about the video. It will provide an embed code, but you want to ignore that embed code. I'll talk to you later in the presentation about how you would embed these videos in Canvas. So you can use the permalink from here, but do not use their embed code because the Canvas and the VCCS login don't play nice with each other using the embed codes. But don't worry, there is a way to embed videos. The next option is Films on Demand. If you click on Films on Demand, it will tell you the technical requirements. And you can also choose your college. Let's go to the Films on Demand homepage. You can see they've updated their homepage. We've got information on National Poetry Month. They're showing you some videos to watch while you're stuck at home. These are actually movies and shorts. And of course, the All About Viruses section. So you can browse on the front page. You can do a search of videos and segments. You can also go in on these three lines and browse by subject or popular categories or featured producers. Like say you want to look at all the biology videos or art and architecture. So I'm going to do a basic search. And it's bringing up all 4,000 videos. That doesn't actually mean there's 4,000 individual videos. Some of these are just segments. So it's like a chapter in a video. Actually, a lot of these are segments. I can click on here to get to the segment, or I can click on the title to get to the main page for the video. Now the video itself is 45 minutes long. And if you only want your students to watch part of it, you can specify what segment you want them to look at. Like, do you want to specifically talk about theater in Shakespeare's day? That's only 3 minutes. You can go directly to a segment and the students don't have to watch all 45 minutes of the video. Many of the videos also provide transcripts. And this will actually go through and follow along as the video is playing on exactly what part they're talking about. Often the videos provide closed captioning. Down here I can see more details. I've got information on segments and citation and sharing. So you can email a video, and again, you've got the record URL is the permalink and the embed code, which you're going to want to ignore. If I go into advanced search, I can even make some more specifications about what I'm looking for. Like I can say I want to look at Shakespeare and I only want to look at dramatic productions. So I want to see the plays but not information about the plays. Or say you're doing a history class, you could specifically look for primary sources or newsreels. You can also choose copyright dates if you don't want videos about teenagers these days being culturally illiterate, published in 1988, one of the videos I found earlier. You can say, I just want the programs that have closed captioning or that have interactive transcripts for accessibility issues. And so now, because I said I just want the dramatic productions, I'm getting the plays and not information about Shakespeare. I'm also getting fewer results. Okay, so say I find a video I like and I want to embed it. And I already told you the embed code is a bad idea, but if you go into Canvas and you go into your rich content editor and more external tools, the little V symbol, you can actually select Films on Demand or Alexander Street Video or a variety of other things like YouTube and embed videos directly in Canvas. So I'm going into my Canvas shell. I'm clicking on More External Tools. I'm selecting Films on Demand. I can do my search. You have to remember more about the title this time. But I can find a video and embed it, choose how big or small I want it to be. And it's embedding right there in Canvas. Okay, I'm not going to ask you to actually embed a video right now, but I am going to ask you to go to Films on Demand. Again, you can get there through the VCCS page and just choose Content Streaming Video. Do a search on a topic you like, find a video, see what kind of options you have. Do you have a transcript? Do you have segments? Do you have closed captioning? Okay, you have 2 minutes. Okay, welcome back. Just to wrap up, we located the VCCS online library, found ebooks in the catalog, learned a lot more about the ebook databases. We explored the controversial issue databases and learned about streaming video databases. These are some resources we mentioned, like the VCCS library page and some of the resources Lisa was mentioning about training. You would take this survey to let us know how we did. And Jennifer, are there any questions we should cover?
I think the only one that came up was the permalink question. If anybody else has any other questions you want to ask, put it in the chat and we'll make sure we get to those.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming out.
I'm not seeing any other questions.
All right.
So just make sure that you stop the recording and we're all good. Thank you.